Alright, time now for my commentary. Now I'm going to spare you of the usual bullshit opening shtick like I usually do to open up these commentaries, and let's just cut to the chase now, shall we? Most recently, just a couple of days ago, as of the taping of this very episode of which you are watching right now, the Tennessee State Legislature held an expulsion vote against 3 Democratic members of the State House. 2 of them, Justin Jones of Nashville and Justin Pearson of Memphis, were black. The other one, Gloria Johnson of Knoxville, was a white woman. Now eventually, the 2 black Democrats were expelled, while the white woman was spared of the expense. Now I wonder why, ladies and gentlemen. This smells of 1950s typical style Southern bigotry and xenophobia at its absolute finest, and it is total and absolute bullshit. This kind of thing should not be happening here in the United States of America in 2023. I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, this is the state of Tennessee we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, in which, by the way, is the founding state of all the most disgusting things, the Ku Klux Klan in Pulaski, Tennessee. One of the most notorious racist organizations in America. Now already, the public outrage has been spilling out from all over the country. News media outlets and commentators like both myself and the great Brian Tyler Cohen, of course, among others, have, as well as President Joe Biden, have already condemned this as a form of racism and have called it unconstitutional, and in my opinion, it most certainly is. Also, apparently, these 3 Democrats were total supporters of the most recent raft of demonstrations and protest marches of young people who came from all over the state that marched in favor of gun control after a mass shooting that happened in a school in Nashville most recently a couple of weeks ago that resulted in the deaths of 3 kids and 3 staff members. Well, apparently this didn't sit too well with the mainly Republican-led majority, in which wreaks havoc in pretty much every branch of that state's government. And so the 3 of them were targeted as part of a growing, very disturbing and nationwide anti-democratic witch hunt, in which, how convenient, comes just a week after former President Donald Trump, the GOP deity, was indicted in a Manhattan district court in which he faces a whopping 34 felony charges, on top of 3 other pending indictments, one by the state of Georgia and 2 others by the feds, led by Jack Smith. Now this witch hunt is being fueled by both various right-wing media outlets such as Fox News, Newsmax, and OAN, and others, and by Republican politicians throughout the country who spew out their blatant and outright lies on these outlets. And now they have even come to the point in which they have purportedly, according to a segment on Fox and Friends most recently, composed a grand scheme in which includes the idea of having rogue, right-leaning prosecutors and or judges across the country, perhaps even going after, of all people, President Joe Biden, as well as various members of his administration, of all things, for trumped-up charges of crimes, quote-unquote, that they never even committed in the first place and most certainly would never, ever commit. Now, normally, I try not to cuss on most of these segments to the point where I stray into TVMA or R-rated inventory, but I just can't help it this time, ladies and gentlemen. Well, please excuse me, we're doing so at this time, if you will. This kind of far-right, extremist, fascist, racist bullshit by the hell-bent, crooked GOP and their enablers has got to stop right the fuck now! What do you think? I'm Ray Jackson, and that's my 2 cents. And if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to check out my other 2 YouTube channels, Big HMW TV and the Atari Report. You'll find those in the featured channels list at the bottom of this particular channel's homepage. Big HMW TV, the Atari Report, and the official Ray Jackson YouTube channel. All proud parts of the Big HMW network of websites.